Ronald Hernandez returns and a change up top. Jamal Chiara gets a start.
First time all season Atlanta start without Brooks Lennon. They'll miss his service in the box. But on the positive side, it's the most amount of speed, mobility Miranchuk has had around them. Fortune, Mosquera, Lope, Janice, Chari. All players that want to quickly play forward. They need to be on the front foot to start this match.
Man in the middle tonight is Mir Pekmic, a referee who was in charge for a controversial game actually here against Charlotte earlier this season. The fourth official, Lucas Spala, officiated DC United's win at Nashville on Wednesday. 2 stoppage time goals came in that one. While they're in charge here in Arlington, Texas, Michael Radchuk is our video assistant referee. So the visiting New York Red Bulls, big win on Wednesday night north of the border. Emil Forsberg back on the bench. 2 changes from the side. Which one on Wednesday? And a rare change of shape.
Second time we've seen the Red Bulls start in a back 5. Important that Tolkien and Harper in the wingback position that they get forward. Edelman, he'll sit with Donker Carvalho in front. We'll look to provide service into Morgan and Vons here, who are very mobile, good at pulling center backs out.
Well, they have the Golden Spikes ceremony before every game in Atlanta, but you can put a fork in the home side, you feel, if they don't win tonight. Even that might not be enough, of course. 90 minutes to save a season, and for the Red Bulls, 90 minutes to close the gap on the top 4 in the Eastern Conference. The penultimate week of the MLS regular season. And here we go from Atlanta on Apple TV and MLS Season Pass. It's the Red Bulls playing from right to left there. A subject of conversation amongst their fans. And Ross, you mentioned 7 times in 8. The last 5 games, this winless run. They've conceded the first goal and makes such a difference as well. When they do get the first goal, they've gone on to win 7 times. And remember, they've only won 8 games all season. Good ball in from the left. Tolkien with the header away. Hernandez to volley it back. And Coronel was behind it. I think it was going wide. Look out for Gregerson. He scored a couple of times from corners this season. And that one's tipped over by Coronel. And it was Gregerson. A wonderful brace of headers here against Columbus. This one with his feet.
Well, he scored 2 great goals against Columbus off his header this time. He gets the run on his mark. He's outside that front post, so it's always difficult to wrap your foot around it, but he does it. He's got 2 Red Bull players closing him down, but he squeezes it through. It's a good save.
Corner will come from the other side this time. Jockeying for position again in there. Headed away near post. Fortune helps it back to Hernandez. Still numbers forward, so they lifted him, and that one's very comfortable for Coronel, the now Paraguayan international. There's Miranchuk. Seen some flashes from the $13 million man from Atalanta, including a wonderful goal here against Miami. Penalty against the Red Bulls a couple of weeks ago. Here he is now, spreading it to Janice just behind him.
It's the wrong pass in the end, but it was good initially. And Rob Valentino was saying that we need to play quicker through Miranchuk. And what's interesting, Miranchuk a couple weeks ago against the Red Bulls, the amount of times he was on the ball and turned back towards his own teammates to play out, slow the game down, and the Red Bulls, they just smothered him. Just wonder whether he's starting to adapt a little bit, realizing that this is a league that likes to play forward, play in transition, that he needs to get facing forward quickly and play forward.
This has gone forward quickly via Doncourt for Harper, and he's got a man arriving in the middle as well. And that's offside. Is it Van Zer? It is, as he puts it wide anyway.
Just continued on from the trip to Nashville.
Well, do you know what? That's actually 4 goals they've scored in something like 10 or 12 minutes. Here's Harper, right side of the box, all the way to the byline. And a sprawling Guzan is there, then it's backheeled, and it's cleared off the line by Hernandez. And the Red Bulls are a whisker away from taking the lead.
That was clever from Carvalho. He's tried the back flick.
And here comes deep delivery, and the referee spotted an infringement in the box as a man went down. And so Harper, even though he couldn't reach it, doesn't matter. It'll be a free kick to Atlanta. There's Brad Guzan, who talked about how this would be a feisty game. saved a penalty at Red Bull Arena a couple of weeks ago when the sides drew 2-2, and that was a game that went right down to the wire. Chare now, and he sets Mosquera away down the left-hand side. He needs support, hasn't got much at the moment, and he puts the cross again. That's about the third time he's done that now. Puts a cross, keeps shuffling. Maybe he wants them up and down as well. Who's going to actually hit this? Lobjanice wide. Took a touch, it'll be a corner.
He's gone for the power. Looked as though he was trying to squeeze it right where his teammates were standing. Right in between, they move out of the way. But it's well wide. It's come off a Red Bulls player. His work hasn't worked.
Corner comes in. Amador's header.
And break things down.
The long ball from Hernandez. Amador on the far side. He's the more advanced of the left-sided players for a moment, but runs into a yellow shirt in the form of Harper. This will break for Mosquera. Hernandez wants it, and he strikes it. Coronel right behind it. Really should have had a go.
He just couldn't get out of his feet. Trying to set it up a little bit too perfectly.
And with that, it is half-time. Despite just a nervy moment for Coronel there at the end of the first half, he's still halfway towards a 5th shutout of the season. And here we go. So, it's all on the line now for Atlanta in this second half. They've got to win. And it's launched forward by Guzan. And immediately from the outset, it's going to come back his way. Forward it goes to halfway. That's Edelman's header. It does, Ross, look like Red Bull are going back to a 4, doesn't it?
For two main reasons. First and foremost, defensively, we saw in the early stages of the first half the wing backs pushing too much up the pitch and getting exposed for the centre backs, and Atlanta United taking advantage of that, whether through Mosquera or Lobjanice. Well, now you've got Dylan Nealis coming on, you flatten out that 4, and they understand their assignment. Tolkien to look after the wide man, and Nealis on this near side to look after Mosquera. So defensively, you sort out your shape. It's something they're more familiar with, and then going forward, you have an extra number to help out. That's what the Red Bulls, they lacked. Sustained possession, having that threat, that extra number. And now Harper plays in that wide right position out of midfield. It's more natural to him. It's more comfortable. For him, he has a little bit more license now. He can understand, he can release without having to worry about exposing what was Ray as the right-sided centre back in the first half.
Tolkien in field. Doncourt. Confirmation of the change for the Red Bulls at half-time. Harper, driving run and shot, and it wasn't too far away either.
Would he be able to deal with anything in the air, but then across ground, Nealis, he was in a good position to block that off.
Lobjanice again. Roomed across, hangs it up just over the head of Chare.
And then Dylan Nealis just tucking in well again, getting connected.
Positive start after ceding those early chances to Harper in this second half. Williams forward, and there's the header just wide of the target. That was Miranchuk who was arriving there.
The Red Bulls have done something similar.
Chare trying to get on the end of this. Mosquera there to help. Lobjanice wants it at the back post. It's deflected, and over the top it goes. It'll be a corner.
Well, he needs to stay in the game, Mosquera, in terms of engagement, in terms of influence. Scored a wonderful goal against Red Bulls a couple of weeks ago. He needs to be reminded of that. Play off that confidence, play with a bigger swagger.
Those were the team lineups, incidentally, presented by RBC Wealth Management. Here is the corner, 11 minutes played, second half. Atlanta needing a goal. Lobjanice's corner comes in, and look at Gregerson was arriving there.
They were causing problems. Like you said, those numbers predominantly came from the opening stages.
Mosquera, oh, did he get in behind Dylan Nealis there? He's been taken down, and the referee has gone to his pocket, and he's given a red card to Dylan Nealis. Renewed opportunity potentially for Atlanta. Miranchuk sets up Chare. He's got 2 in the middle. Oh, now is he caught there? And the referee points to the penalty spot. 2 game-changing minutes for the New York Red Bulls. Seed a spot kick for this challenge.
He just puts his left arm out as Jare cuts the ball back in. Does it halt his progression? Is silly for me.
Just wonder when the other thing you wonder, are we going to get a big however here? Let's have a look. Here's the decision.
It's the right decision. Should never have been sent to the screen.
I think those are ironic cheers or round of applause from Sandro Schwartz. So after a long delay, Mironchuk now has the chance to put Atlanta into the lead. We've had a 5-minute delay since the actual initial awarding of the penalty kick, so you can guarantee we're going into a late show beyond the 90 minutes with this one here, and Atlanta's season effectively is also going into a huge chunk of added time. They need this. Atlanta holds its breath. Mironchuk scores, and the 5-stripe sense, it may not quite be all over yet.
Mironchuk makes no mistake. On his first penalty, he went keeper's right. Tonight, he goes to the left. Keeper's left, tucks it in.
For the man whose goal is the difference between the two sides.
You can see that three midfield for the Red Bulls are working hard.
Amador slides it through, and this time Mironchuk tries to get it over the top of Coronel. Takes a little touch, it'll be a corner.
Tries to be a little cheeky here. It's well worked through the middle though. Such a great first touch to prepare. You think Mironchuk, he's trying to be a little bit too cheeky. Just needs to go for that corner and hit it. Just waiting the lane. If he scores the goal, you see it's great composure. I think there was a little bit of room though for him to try and squeeze it in that near post.
Well, the teenager Serge Ngoma has come on, and he goes straight into a battle with Abram, who, remember, replaced Derek Williams. Approaching the last 10 minutes plus plenty of added time. I would venture to say we've probably got 16 minutes left to play. And that one is headed into the side netting by Schlich.
Well, it ripples the net, but it's the outside of the net. Caught a few oohs and ahs. Slightly wide.
Here's Ngoma. And he gets the cross all the way over to this near side. This is Morgan for the 10 men of the New York Red Bulls.
Well, Harper's come off. Dunkar has gone into that right back position.
Amador away. Remember, just one victory in these fixtures for Atlanta in the regular season. Right now, though, the win probability suggests quite heavily that they're going to beat them again. 91.1%. Of course, that will be factoring not just the scoreline, how late in the game we are, but also the fact that the Red Bulls are playing with 10 men. And here's Jare, the man who won the penalty kick. Room down to this left-hand side, but he couldn't get it away.
Well, there's a poor ball initially from Morgan, who stepped into the midfield.
Ngoma at the other end, and Guzan came out, and Gomes equalised. What an impact from the substitute. A breakaway to stun Atlanta, who calmly slotted it past the keeper.
That's a great ball in behind Manuel. Just times it to play off the shoulder. Settlement there just slips it in. And Manuel, he's got the run on Gregerson. And as Guzan starts to come out thinking he can get it, it's caught.
Let's hear what the referee's going to say. Huge moment.
After review, New York Red Bull number 11 was in an offside position. The final decision.
It's offside. It doesn't count. And Atlanta keep their lead.
That's so tight. It looks as though he's probably gone an inch offside, but can you definitively say, without any doubts, that he's in an offside position? And I don't know if you can. I don't think you can.
Atlanta going to take the opportunity while we have this brief stoppage to make a couple of changes. Tyler Wolf's coming in, Daniel Rios is coming in, Mosquera comes out, Chiare's out. Well, this has been the second half where just about everything that could go wrong for the New York Red Bulls has. Down to 10 men. Peter Stroud is going to come into the game. Tolkien's going to come out. They're going to throw everything at it. They're down to 10, as we mentioned. The sending off of Dylan Nealis in his 100th MLS appearance. Then they concede the penalty, which took an age to confirm, but it was confirmed. Then they think they're level through Manuel, only for it to be called back for offside. And it's kind of get out of jail stuff here for Atlanta United at the moment. And you just wonder, are the fates on their sides? Because it has gone their way tonight. And they're approaching 5 minutes of regulation time left to play. And they're still clinging on to 3 points. Forward it goes. They're looking for the substitute Rios. And then it's hit by the other man who's just come on the field, Wolf, and just wide.
It's good hold-up play from Rios.
101.5 because of the injury to Guzan. So we've got about 7 minutes to go. Manuel, he's broken away at the other end. Can he score again? Yes, he can, but again the flag has gone up, and he's going to be denied once more by an offside flag.
He does go early. He's just waiting for that ball to be played, but Atlanta United, they step up at the right time and they hold it. And he is leaning. He's a yard offside still.
How do you play this if you're Atlanta? You push forward, just try and catch ripples, get the second goal, and then you can breathe? Or do you just hold on to the ball and try and see this out? There's a long way to go yet. Free kick. Forsberg. He'll win another free kick. Taken quickly. Out to the right it goes to Doncourt. He'll deliver the cross. It's deep. Guzan stays home. Up go the heads. Nobody got there. Forsberg switches to his left, got it on his right, plays the 1-2, they didn't quite get it through. Schleich got something on it.
They did enough, Schleich. Manuel was looking for that return pass around the corner.
And now they slide it through the middle and Wolf is away. The substitute can put the Red Bulls away. He can keep Atlanta alive. And he's done it for 2. They're still fighting and they still believe.
Throwing everything forward that they can. It doesn't Rios do a good job here. His hold-up play into Maranchuk, and how about that for threading a ball? Eye of the needle into Wolf, who can then take it straight down the middle. Keeps his head and waits for the right moment. He knows that he has Ayla coming on the back of him, putting that pressure, but he separates himself with...
This is deep and headed away again, and it'll be another corner. So they're just fraying the nerves, but the clock is what matters really now, and it is ticking its way towards a big Atlanta victory. We have about a minute to go. Nealis poised. Forsberg, in-swinger, headed away, Gregerson. Doncourt helps it back into the box. They're up there through Manuel. Forsberg again. Now they'll try and feed it into the box, and they will score. The substitute Ngoma halves the deficit. Whether there's enough time for the Red Bulls to change the result, who knows?
Well, they disguised this pass really well into Ngoma, who just keeps himself onside. Doesn't he shift it well? Receives it well, gets the touch out of his feet, and then he goes for that near post. Gives the eyes, it looks as...
Referee had his whistle to his mouth, but he's actually going to have to just pull play back for a moment because Ngoma was involved in something with Abraham, but the referee's blown his whistle.